moves to the launch pad and gets assembled over the launch vehicle, and launch will take place. Next. Yeah, after the launch, we have a lot of tracking system, that is all radars, both RF tracking as well as optical tracking system, to have the continuous tracking of follow-up of the vehicle trajectory and vehicle attitude. So that system is shown in this slide. Next slide. Yeah, we have telemetry essentially to have the health of the launch vehicle systems and the health of the stages which is performing, and all those things are continuously monitored through an RF system. This, of course, this activity is handled by our ISRO tracking and command network group, which is headed at Bangalore. So they will be operating these telemetry stations. And of course, in addition to the SAR telemetry station, we have downrange stations also to the eastward, Port Blair, Biak, and Brunei. To the southward is Mauritius and other places worldwide, depending on the launch mission. Vehicle path, ground stations are established, sometimes our own stations, Indian stations. Some of them are hired stations also employed. So after getting the data in real time, those data will be displayed in the mission control center. One of the typical displays over here for the flight parameter. Next. Yeah, we have the launch control center LCC, where the total launch vehicle activity, checkout activities are coordinated. So prior to every stage when it's assembled, and individual stages are checked out separately, and then after the total equipment bay, onboard computer, everything is assembled, including satellite, file checks are carried out from LCC. The mission control center, next slide. So mission control center mainly is meant for mission management. It contains vehicle side system, summary of the vehicle parameters coming to mission control center, and launch authorization is done from mission control center. And of course, after the launch takes place, continuous monitoring of the real time by individual mission executives. We have for each nature of each type of subsystems, there will be an executive. He will be monitoring. Of course, he will be only monitoring. The command is not executed. The command is totally, vehicle is controlled by an onboard computer, depending on the navigation system and the attitude. Control actuator will be receiving the command, accordingly vehicle will follow. The only command available from ground is in telecommand in case vehicle deviated. I'll come back a little later with little more details. So mission control is meant for coordinating all the activities and launch authorization. Next. And of course, we have an umbilical tower. This is another repeated slide. So where the launch vehicle is parked and their umbilical connections are made, it has got this slide mainly shown, especially the cryogenic propellant filling will be done till vehicle takeoff. Otherwise, because once the liquid is filled and continuously keep evaporating and going, so to maintain the constant level as per the launch mission requirement, a continuous filling will take place, and then just prior to the vehicle takeoff, the filling arm will be retracted in case of Mark 3. In fact, JSW Mark 2 vehicle, after confirming the vehicle takeoff only, that cryogenic filling arm will be retracted. That middle portion you are seeing the two red colors, that will be retracted. Then the vehicle rocket will take off. Next. Yeah, as I told, now this vehicle has got, depending on the vehicle, PSLV has got 2 liquid stages. Similarly, GSLV Mark 2 has got 4 strap-ons, liquid strap-ons, having US-25 and DO4, and the upper stage is cryogenic stage. So we have various propellant storage facilities around the launch pad, maintaining the safety distances. They are all kept outside around the launch pad area, near umbilical tower area. Pipelines are done, they are connected to the system, and the entire activity, only preparation activity is done manually at the launch pad. Once the empty lines are connected, electrical umbilicals are connected, all the personnel will be vacating the launch pad, and we will be coming to the respective control center, which is 7 kilometers away from the launch pad. So entire liquid propellant filling, cryogenic propellant filling, as well as the gas charging activities are done from the filling control center, which is 6 kilometers away from the launch pad. So that summary data will be going to the vehicle director console as well as the mission control center to go ahead with the further operations of the launch vehicle. Next. Of course, this is one typical mimic. So this is, suppose you want to fill one of the 4 strap-ons, alpha liquid stage strap-ons for GSLV Mark 2. That it will be done by a totally automatic system, programmable logic controller-based system, from the ground tank to the real time. So you will be sequence initiation is done from the filling control center. Entire sequence management and parameter management and flow rate control, temperature control, pressure, and then safety systems, everything is done at the localized computer which is kept at the front end at the launch pad system, only network connectivity extended from there to filling control center. Next. Yeah, this is typical cryogenic storage building, facility, which is top is meant for liquid oxygen, bottom is meant for liquid hydrogen. So if you are no liquid oxygen is filled at the temperature of 77.8 Kelvin. After filling is done, again that is thermal conditioning is done. So to have a uniform temperature, homogeneity in the temperature, again chilled propellant is poured from the top and bottom propellant is taken out and going back to storage again. So the 2.5 hours operation is carried out to have the uniform temperature of liquid oxygen. And the liquid hydrogen, of course, filled at 20.8 Kelvin. And there also the filling time is slightly temperature will be higher. It will be allowed to naturally evaporate, which will cool the system itself, cool the liquid hydrogen itself, so that after ensuring that 20.8 Kelvin is reached by measuring the corresponding pressure, the stage is cleared for launch. Next. And of course, this system is an interesting system. This is meant only for when the rocket takes off, especially the GSLV Mark III vehicle, which has got 200 tons of solid propellant, solid rockets in both sides. Heavy or about 145 dB of acoustic level is produced. So that will make damage to the onboard computer as well as even if we go for a human space flight, this system people cannot tolerate or equipment cannot tolerate. For that purpose, a water-based acoustic suppression system is realized, and this will pump in about 300 cubic meter, that is 3 lakhs liters of water in 15 seconds, nearly about 2000 meter cube per second it will be pumped, and then 2000 liters, sorry. Then this will reduce about 5 dB, as most of you are aware now. The dB is in the logarithmic scale. It is 5 dB is nearly 4 times. 6 dB exactly 4 times, nearly 3.5 times. So in amplitude, the acoustic level is reduced to make sure that equipment bay, satellite, and even the human space flight, they are all safe. Next slide. Yeah, this is the parameters given there at different places. Of course, we have this done without this is a trial. This photo is taken during the trial. The mobile launch pedestal rocket is not there. So the top is filled about time as per the defined timing sequence, because we cannot throw the water before the vehicle take off. The nozzle system will get damaged. So after ensuring that nozzle is reaching 4.5 meter, then 0.45 meter above the launch pedestal, the water is flown. And the bottom jet where we got JDT.